Okay, so I decided to class up my bench a little bit. I'm starting to put pictures up. The bottom one is the Uncle Jim meetup back in January, and there's Taco and Tin Man and Uncle Jim and MCK in the back, and here's Cranky Cletus, and then we've got West Covina Dodge back there. He's the tall one. You always find him, and then we got Ozark Spirit there, and then the old guy. Then up at the top, I've got Charlie Brass Stuffer, Charles Irby, and myself when we met up last year. So anyway, I'll show you what I got here and what I'm trying to do. Okay, so in my last video, I was showing how I can get a lot of the run out of my cases, and I was running them through my sizing die 3 times, rotating them, things. But I still have some that have a little bit more run out than what I'd like. So now I have my own Sinclair concentricity gauge. That came today. And then over here, I've got the RCBS hand case neck turner. So I'm trying to see if I take some of the thicker parts of my case necks, if that will help my run out. So far, it hasn't really done a lot. Now, I don't know how much I should take out. Okay, so these cases right here, they had relatively very low run out. 1 to 2 thousandths basically on everything. This one here, it looks like it's 1 thousandths. I'll zero that just so you can see. So I'm not even worried about doing that. I think 1 thousandth case run out is good, and so I'm not worried about it. All of these were 1 thousandth. I went through all of these, and these are 2 thousandths here. This one here is a 3 thousandths, which really 3 thousandths isn't anything to get too concerned about. Okay, now it's going to read 2. Okay, thought I could have swore it was 3 earlier, so now it's 2 thousandths. 2 thousandths I'm not going to get too concerned with, but you take your quick change case holder, shell holder here, and tighten that down. It's got a collet inside of there, and you see I've done some of these. This has got the micrometer gauge on it, and since I know pretty much where these need to be, I'm going to back that out to 6 and turn that, and it's not doing anything. Go in about a half of a mark each time until it starts cutting. I'm just barely making a mark here. Run that out and then back in. Okay, so it's not even touching there, so I'm going to go in another half. Okay, I can just barely feel it starting to touch in places, and it's really amazing because you see where it's thicker and where it's thinner. Now you're supposed to use a ball micrometer to check, find out where your thickest part is and stuff. I don't have the ball micrometer yet. Notice I say yet, that's coming. So don't cuss me out and say, you're doing it wrong, Jerry. Yeah, well, this way here, it's hitting some of the places. You can see the shiny spots, and it's missing other places. It's on this 30 caliber Pilot. These are 308 cases. Go another half. This is supposed to be 5/10 thousandths per mark, but I don't want to take too much brass off of the case necks, because then you're going to start getting into problems with neck splitting and stuff like that. And this is right down to the shoulder, and that seems to be where I'm cutting most of mine. So you can feel it when it bites. Just work it out and then work it back in, then take another little cut. So here towards the edges, it's not even hitting. That's probably from when the factory crimp was put on there. Okay, I'm going to go just a little over a quarter this time, and I can feel it really starting to cut. So I'm going to work my way back out, and let's see if that takes anything out. This is going to be kind of quick and everything, but like I say, I've practiced on some of these, and I haven't really noticed a whole lot of difference in the run out. I might be taking about 1/1000th off, and I think right here we'll just call it good. Let me back this back out to 6. Okay, so you see that it's not all the way around. There's a lot of hit and miss, but if nothing else, it's evening out my brass. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're still right around 2. But 2 I can live with. I figure a lot of this on the second firing, they should even out. So, like I say, that's just kind of something I've playing around with. Got a pretty good deal on the case neck turner through Midway. It was my birthday, so I had the discount, but I've got some other things I've been doing while I've been on vacation. Yeah, on vacation, I always take vacation. At least I try to around Labor Day. But I borrowed Dead Horse's Concentricity gauge and loved it so much that I went and bought my own. Now, that was not really cheap. Brownells sells these for $119, and that's probably one of the very few places you're going to get it. You might find it on Amazon, but if you look, it's coming from Brownells because Brownell owns the Sinclair International name. I think they bought Sinclair out, and these are really decent concentricity gauges. And like I say, I love the one that I borrowed from Dead Horse so much that I went and bought my own. So that's kind of one of the things I'm doing. I'm doing some stuff with my Borescope, and I'm going to clean. Oh, I ran the Borescope down my 308. It hadn't been cleaned, and I noticed an abnormality in the bore, and I'm going to clean it and take a look again, see if I can see any more abnormalities in it. I was basically getting a place at about 2 o'clock on the barrel that I did not have any lead or any copper or carbon fouling through that one section right towards the muzzle. And I'm going to clean it and see if I can see anything else. Again, Dead Horse gave me this Borescope. It's just a simple, cheap one, and I have to use my tablet for that, which I have right here. I'm going to clean that, and I'm going to run the Borescope down there again. The picture doesn't come out really good with the Borescope. I think there's a loose connection in this cable, and if I move it just right, I get green flashes in the screen. So I'm going to apologize ahead of time. And I also I had those 1935 30-06 military cases that Charlie up here gave me last year, and I did a whole video on restoration of 85-year-old brass, or maybe it was 84-year-old at the time. And a friend of mine needed some 30-06 cases, so I started cleaning out a lot of my 30-06, and I'm going to send him some of those. But I wanted a Borescope inside those cases because in 1935 they were using corrosive primers, and I wanted to make sure I didn't have any corrosion on the inside of those cases. Some people say, yeah, just take a paper clip and put a little L in it and rub it up and down the sides. Some of the things that I found, I don't think you would have found that with a paper clip. You really needed to look inside. And since I don't really have the best focus with this Borescope, I just had to look for any abnormalities, and anything that didn't look normal, I decided not to send. But my friend will get those here pretty soon. I'll be boxing those up and sending those out to him. But I wanted to Borescope those, and I think I have some video on that. So anyway, and I'm going to get my 308 cleaned. We're taking that out this weekend, and we're going to see how that shoots with all that different ammo that I made up. So thanks. We'll see how those other clips go.